And let's get right to our guest, Choo Seng Choon, Vivocom's Executive Director. Now, Jack and I were earlier talking about the transition that Vivocom has been making, not only a change in name from Instacom, Vivocom being the third change, but now you're looking to get the most of your business from your construction space. 760 million revenue, that's what you're looking for. How are you expecting to ensure that is on track?
Basically, the projects has already been executed. Basically trying to make them roll on time, and I think that the division or the contribution from the three divisions are basically about 80% will come from construction. The remaining 10% will from each telco and from the aluminum manufacturing business. So typically, I think we are on track, and we should be announcing our first quarter results by mid-May, and we believe we probably beat expectations by then. Yeah.
Oh, one would always hope so. Now I want to get what's going on with the Gemas Johor Bahru electrified double tracking project. You've been eyeing that. Are you any closer?
With China really being in, typically we should be getting something as well. We do hope. I wouldn't want to say that we're definitely getting it. Yeah, but I think our relationship with China Railway has gone a long way, and we believe we should get something in that project. Yeah.
And ultimately, you work with CRCC elsewhere in the region, not just Malaysia. So what's the pipeline looking like in elsewhere?
On elsewhere basis, we are looking at we're working on them on a project management level. Typically, the implementation of projects will be mainly in Malaysia, but on the other regions, other countries are more on advisory level, project management consulting level. Yeah, we are managing some of the projects, but we can't really discuss too much because these are quite confidential at this level. Yeah.
Now, of course. Now, given that your margin is fairly healthy, 12 to 13% above the industry average of 8 to 9%. I mean, you said in the past you don't have the cash muscle to really compete with some of the bigger players. How do you hope to protect your margins?
Basically, how we approach every project is we look at the strengths and our weaknesses. Okay, being a new player in the industry, what we do not have is we don't have cash, we don't have financial resources. But what we do have is we have a lot of expertise. Don't forget, we are actually still a contractor. Even though in the past we've done telecom infrastructures, but now we don't. Rather than building telecom infrastructures, we're now building buildings and general infrastructures. Expertise there, we have. Financials, we may not have. So we need to find our fit in each project. Yeah. And
you're looking to retain your 70 to 30 equity to debt structure. Your 10% placement likely completed by this year. Would you look to issue more placement next year, perhaps? We
have completed our first placement of 10%, and we probably will do a second placement second half this year. These are mainly for projects that we're starting in 2017. For projects that for 2016, we already gotten the working capital from the first placement. So we shouldn't have any problem delivering for this year's results. For next year, we are working on it now.
And ultimately, you are looking for 1 to 2 billion worth of contracts to replenish your order book. Would that be primarily, as you say, in Malaysia, or are you looking to have more contributions from elsewhere?
Our main focus will be in Malaysia. I think we're looking at 3 billion in terms of order book replenishment. That is our internal target, because that will bring us on an annual basis, because contracts are on average is about 36 months. So we probably look at 1 billion a year in terms of addition to our revenue. But for next year itself, we're looking at 2 billion in terms of turnover. But then again, order book replenishments is 3 billion on a per annum basis. Yeah.
You've had a pretty exciting transformation thus far. Aluminum as well as construction added to your business there. What other ways are you looking to beef up your corporate plans?
At this juncture, I think the main focus is to get the projects delivering their results first, to bring in the first year's results, and then we are talking about moving to main board next year. Because currently we're still Ace, we have not gotten a full year's result as a construction group. I think we hope to do that by end of this year, and then 2017 is where we need to strengthen our group itself in terms of maintaining that momentum. We do hope we want to do above 2 billion on a per annum basis and eventually reach a 3 billion basis. But then again, we've got to do it step by step.
What kind of timeline would you aspire then to reach that target?
We hope to do it within 3 to 5 years. Yeah, I think on the short-term target will be 2 billion next year, and a long-term target on 3 billion, but probably in 3 years to 5 years time. Yeah.
And what about your plans to move to the main market? How's that going?
That would be happening probably after the first our full year's audit, which probably in middle of next year. Yeah, we'll probably start the exercise maybe early, right before our audited accounts are out. But then It depends on approval by the regulators. So we'll work towards that, but probably most likely will be next year. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. We look forward to the first quarter numbers out later this month to see how you've performed. Thank you so much.
You.
That was Choon, Vivocom International Holdings Executive Director.